They tell me that I'm never gonna make it. They want me to do something that could make sense.
King's Club Casino, King's Club Roulette. A little discussion to start today. This would be the prologue. Then we'll have the book that we're going to do, and then we'll have an epilogue. I tell you, roulette, when you're working red and black, there's 18 reds and there's 18 blacks. And there's really no decision to be made other than your choice. And you'd think you could pick correctly about half the time. But you'd be wrong. And in Baccarat, with two primary wagers to make, banker or player, and there's no decision to make after that. That's all you got. You'd think that you could win about half the time. There's no decision to be made. But you'd be wrong. I was paying attention to what's reputed to be a big-time gambler in Vegas. You may know the name. Mickey Mays. And he's reputed to be a big-time gambler that's made a lot of money. And one of the ways he made a lot of money, reputedly, we don't know this, we've not seen it happen, is in Baccarat. And I find it interesting that he would say that he made the most of his money in Baccarat, and then would say, comma, and it's a game that cannot be beaten. He said, I can't explain it, but I can just tell you, you can't win at it. That's what he said after he reputedly had won $2 million playing that game. Now, I've watched video of him playing Baccarat. I've watched video of him playing blackjack. And this is not casting aspersions at him, because he's said to be one of the most successful you can find. But I would just say, anecdotally from what I'm watching, he doesn't play very well. And I would like to sit down with him and see what he's doing and talk to him about it. But of course, he's got his own thing going, and he's got his own publicity machine, and all of that works very well for him. But my point was, even he says you can't win at a game. That's 50-50. So where does that put us? That puts us as why I started King's Club with the Angel. My lifelong friend, it's a trusted agent, he and I together. He's been with me over the years. He'd be the first one to tell you that over the last 20 years, he knows one person that's winning at wagering. He knows who it is. And the reason that we're winning is we work profitability. We teach professional play, and we work profitability. That's all we want to teach. A small winning percentage, because that's the reality. And it's the reality everywhere. If you look at other sports, like a great three-point shooter in basketball, or a great quarterback, or a great baseball hitter, Hall of Famer, oh man, they fail 70% of the time. They're successful about 30%. I will tell you, both I and the Angel have been named Executive of the Year in separate corporations. The year that I was named Executive of the Year, because you can only win at one time, I had 3 successful contract proposals over the course of the year. 3. Now, I worked 7 days a week, and I pushed out a proposal every week. That means I put out 52 proposals. We won 3. I was Executive of the Year. I was 3 for 52. The 3 earned the company $250 million. So if you're 3 for 52 and you make $250 million, well, you're deemed to be a pretty good success. That's the way I'm working with the Angel on putting out algorithms and modifications for you. King's Club has come a long way in a short amount of time, with the goal being to groom a generation of Joey Knish side hustlers, not necessarily full-time professionals, because a lot of us are playing online in games that are rigged, and a lot of us are playing the iBlock, and it's intuitive, and very rarely do we have a solid brick and mortar honest wheel that we can play. That's the only place I will play. But I'd ask you to ask yourself, be honest with yourself. Over your lifetime of wagering, are you ahead or behind? And are you satisfied with your answer? Well, here's two things for you to consider. 99% of all those that wager are behind. 99%. See them all the time. I've seen them all the time, all of my life. I'm humbled and satisfied that for the last 20 years I've been into 1%. The most ever made in one day was the horse racing day. It was $75,000, but I've made $1,000 many days. I've made 130 many days. And I am well ahead in gambling, be it at the casino, be it in sports gambling, or be it in horse racing. Because I realized you got to find out a way to be profitable when you lose 70% of the time. And that's why I put together the Martingale on the black and red, that all you got to be successful one time out of 7. And then again, one time out of 7. And you'll have your 15%. Now, I know that the downside of it, and I know the aggravation of playing the Martingale over and over again just to recover that one bet. So here's what I'm doing here. I want to find a way that you can win even if you lose 70% of the time. The entities that offer you wagering opportunities, those entities, be they a casino or be they online, they are not your friend. They are there to take all your money, every dime of it. And one of the things I will leave you in this prologue with is an old saying that no matter who you run into in your life, whether it be a corporation or whether it be a casino or whether it be somebody near you, true evil has a face you know and a voice you trust. That's what true evil is. It has a face you know and a voice you trust. And that's when you will find the knife in your back, and that's what true evil does to you. And that is the casino. If you think you're going to get a fair game there, you're wrong. If you think you're going to follow the advice that you hear throughout the casinos on how you play things, I'm going to tell you that's advice that the casino wrote. Why would they write you something that's going to beat them? So, I'm going to give you some strategies. I know you're the sharpest community I've ever met. I know, so you'll put it together what I'm doing. But if you don't, the King and the Angel are here for you to tell you what you're about to see. I'm not going to tell you what you're about to see. I'm going to show you. And then I'm going to see what you see in it. I'll be as brief as possible. So you'll need to exponentiate the strategy to meet the 15% goal. So just watch and enjoy. This is a turning point time, I believe, that I want you to see some things that are going on. Let's go with $10. And let's bet $10 on red. Make sure that we're at 0. There we are. So we've got a $10 bet on red right now. I really don't care what it comes out to be. I already know what the next bet is. We're going to bet $20 on black. We're going to bet $30 on red. We're going to bet $40 on red. We're going to bet $50 on black. We're going to bet $60 on black. We're going to bet $70 on red. We're going to bet $80 on black. We're going to bet $90 on red. We're going to bet $100 on red. We're going to bet $110 on black. And $120 on black. And $130 on red. And $140 on black. I'm going to pause here for a minute. So out of all these spins, would you say we've been winning?
I think you got your ass kicked.
Okay. I'm not keeping track of it, but I think if I'm a hitter in baseball, I just got benched because I think I was about 3 for 18.
I don't know, but it was pretty.
All right. So this is my point. Where are we?
You're 90 up. You're 90 up. And the very next bet was what would be what?
Okay, good.
What's the next bet?
At plus $50, we reset to 10.
Okay.
So I'll carry on just for a minute. But
I want you to carry on.
I couldn't have
I mean,
scripted
you couldn't script it any worse. I mean, holy shit.
No, I couldn't have scripted it any better.
Yeah, well,
I didn't.
No, I mean the play.
Yes.
As far as how you got hammered.
I wanted to lose. I wanted to have the nightmare. I wanted to have 2 or 3 zeros. I wanted to have everything go wrong that can possibly go wrong, because when things are out there that can go wrong, they tend to go wrong. In my kingdom here, you deserve this, to see how do you win at this when you're going to lose at 70%. We just lost at about 85% and we're $90 ahead. We can all go to dinner right now. And you really didn't come anywhere near a $2,000 buy-in, but let's just go ahead and go from here, and I'll reset to a $10 bet on red, just like we started. This is a $10 bet on red. And I hope we lose again, just like this. I hope we just get as hammered as we can get, because it does not matter. We've got $20 on black now. And now we got $30 on red. And I could reset here, but I'm not going to. We're going to go to $40 on red, even though we're $10 away from adding an extra $50 to us. So we got $40 on red. It's okay. It doesn't matter if it loses. It does not matter. It won. Okay, so this time we were swinging the bat pretty good. Okay, so we're up 170. I want to know, has everybody in the kingdom paid attention? Is everybody in the kingdom?
I want you to do it again, because this is the first time you should show it to me.
This has been in development in my own lab. The angel, in all fairness, the angel has been working crypto 24/7, and I cannot. If you interrupt the angel when he's focused on something, you're about to get something thrown at you. And so I don't get in his way when he's doing this. And so I've retreated, and I have worked on what is a strategy that will be the best alternate for the kingdom, who is opposed to the Martingale. And understanding your opposition to the Martingale is understood. I respect it. I appreciate it. Angel can't stand it. And so I know that in most cases you can do at least 1 for 7, 1 for 5, 1 for 4, and keep yourself going and make your 15%. But pay attention to this. What I'm doing is I'm starting with a $10 bet, and I have a sequence of red, black, red, red, black, black. Now, if I hit a 0, I just simply repeat the bet on the color I got, adding the $10 to it. I'm going to add $10, and I'm going to keep going until I've got a plus 50, and then we're going to reset. And it doesn't matter how far down I get or whatever, because you're just going to keep playing, and eventually you're going to catch a couple. This is what I call a positive progression D'Alembert. This is a positive progression D'Alembert modification that you don't go up or down amounts of units. You go up 1 unit, you go up 1 unit, you go up 1 unit, and when you're plus 50, you reset. And you're going to get to being plus 50.
So basically it's just a 1 unit positive progression.
It's a 1 unit positive progression. It's a tricky D'Alembert that I came up with. But let's start with, the sequencing is red, black, red, red, black, black, meaning that this is the best way that you're going to get that win in there. Now,
I'm not another $50.
Okay, we're going to go. We're going to do another one. Angel wants to play some more.
Yeah.
So
I like to watch you break it.
Yeah. So okay, let's go $10 on red, and just it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Again, it doesn't matter if it wins or loses. I don't even make a reaction to winning or losing. The next bet is $20 on black. And the next bet is $30 on red. It's red, black, red, red, black, black. Rinse and repeat. This is the first of the 2 reds sandwiched in. $30 win gives you a $40 bet on red. There it is. $40 bet on red. This is the 4th spin. And then we go to black for 50. And we stay on black for 60. And there it is, folks. Yabba dabba doo. There's $240. So, I don't want to completely slam dunk you on everything that I have said here, but I do want you to play this session over and over again. Everything that I said leading into it, this is the way you play professionally. This is the Joey Knish. This is the humble way that you side hustle your way. I've got it set up now. You can't use odd and even.
But the true key of this is resetting after 50, because if you don't reset and you go up and you lose at those higher, once you hit the 2 or 3 in a row, you could get in trouble. So the resetting after you win $50, that's really the key, is keeping it at that small incremental of win ratio before you reset is at $50. I think if you made it 100, or if you made it a larger number, a greedy number, let's just say a greedy number, then you probably would get hammered. So $50 per reset is why this is actually probably pretty. I mean, I haven't seen it, guys. This is new to me, but that's why I want to play it one more time. One more time for good old me.
If I'm playing the single zero wheel, in the Wynn Hotel, and I got $20,000, I won't reset at 50, because I'm going to be playing $50 anyway. But I'm not worried about.
Well, the increment would change. Maybe it would be 150. Maybe
the increment does get adjusted.
But $50 is your increment for the $2,000 bankroll.
So how do we? Can we reset?
No.
Just go ahead and go. Just go ahead and go from here.
We have 240. We
okay,
need
let's
290.
Let's go to 290. Okay, so here we go. $10 on red. And again, you're completely unemotional here. You don't really care. Because it's a positive regression. The next bet is $20, even if you had won or lost. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, no, I get that. I saw it the very first one. It escalated up quite a bit.
That's red, black. Here's red for 30. No martingaling. Red for 40. And black for 50. $2.90. That was 5 spins. We won 2.
Yeah. No, I get it.
Please like the session. Please make comments. I'm going to come back with it again tomorrow, and then I'm going to also show you that this is the way we play Baccarat too. This is the way I would show Mickey Mays as I watched him sit there and flat bet Baccarat at $10,000 a hand, and I said, okay, there is no way in this world you're ever going to win at blackjack, at roulette, at craps, at any game.
So you're saying in Baccarat, you would, if the table minimum was, I think it was, what is it?
25.
$25. So you would go 25.
35.
35.
45.
45. Okay. Okay.
Yep. And as soon as I get $50 ahead, I'm going to go back to 25.
Okay.
Yep. And I would do it the same way. And if you had the kind of money that some of these people have out there, you know, if you see what's going on here, if you had $20,000, how much are you ahead? If you have unlimited buy-in, how much are you ahead? If you could start this thing at $1,000, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I get it.
Yeah, he gets it. Angel gets it. Of course he does. Please like the session. Make a comment on what I have, what I've been putting out here, and tell me what you think about it. I wanted to give you some options to toss the martingale to the side and say, okay, the king was thinking about us. The king wrote an original. Here's how you can play red, black, red, red, black, black, red, black, red, red, black, black, and repeat it. It's a 6-spin sequence, and it's positive progression of $1. It doesn't matter. You can if you're going.
You could probably do it with a $3. Like on the let's just say on the inner block, because we have a lot of people that want to play the inner block.
You can play it. Now, the only thing that I would say is the inner block is intuitively toward the 000, and so
you might have to
cover it.
Yeah, you might have to cover it.
And that does work against you as you're positively going up, because you're going to have to figure out your economy of scale on what your bet is.
Yeah, there's some math that's going to be involved in that.
So, but if I'm playing anywhere else, and particularly if I'm playing a single zero wheel, I'm never going to touch that zero. I'm just going to play it.
But the zero is just another number.
It's just another number, but in I block it isn't.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
In I block it.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, so please, for the third time, I'll ask you to please like the session, and please make a comment, make a question. Of course, I'm going to respond to them right away. Send us an email. I wanted to give you an absolutely 99.9 modification to the martingale that you can take and you can win with. I don't care if you're playing dollars or $2 or $5 or $1,000. The amount of money played doesn't matter. You can lose 70% of the time, and you're going to be ahead. Reset at some level, a modest level, like $50 if you're playing 10. Reset at $5 if you're playing 1, or do it however you want to do it. But do a reset after you get to your profit number. And when you get to the profit number that you really want, feel good about yourself and leave, and then come back and do it again, because there's nothing going to change. And there's no emotion, there's no stress. There's simply going red, black, red, red, black, black in a positive progression at the units that you have decided. Love you all. Got the angel here with me. For him, the king bids you adieu.